What's up guys, NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory, where today guys, we are taking this beautiful silver team into the Silver Superstar World Tour tournament. You will notice that I only have 4 of the icons. That's why I've got the bronze Portugueser up front. He's the only Portuguese striker I had that was eligible without going to the market and buying one. And I just needed to score in 5 games with him to unlock Eusebio. And once I did, man, was I happy with that because Eusebio was good. Otherwise, though, we have got Yashin, Moore, Charlton, Grincha, and then eventually Eusebio. And you'll see with the other players there, we've got Wilson Manafa at left back. There's a Portuguese right back. I think it's Doherty, is it, at centre back. Schmodix at left mid. Andre Luis up front. He's got Enforcer, something that I'm really enjoying using at the moment. And then that Belgian CDM that I had in there. And one of the great things, obviously, about this tournament, and especially having the icons, is I could pretty much use whoever I wanted in the team, due to the fact that I had 4 and then eventually 5 icons, and that just allowed me to get full chemistry, which was really nice. The one thing I will say about, and I talk about this a lot more in depth at the end, but the one thing I will say about the teams that I came up against is, especially towards my last sort of like 5 to 8 games, everybody's team was the same. Everybody's team. Everybody had, like, honestly, like 6 to 8 of the same silver players. And that to me was a bit weird. Now, I've got a lot of comments from yesterday's video. As promised, we're no longer addressing the whole what am I using, when am I using, where am I using it. But I actually, first of all, today, guys, wanted to talk a little bit about a different game that I played over the weekend and why that was an amazing experience, and what EA could do to bring something like that in. So I was playing Arc Raiders this weekend with Nick2080. Arc Raiders is described as a extraction shooter. And what that effectively means is you get loaded into a map, you get 30 minutes within that map to loot, and then you have at any point during that 30 minutes, you can extract out of the map to take the loot with you back to your base. With that, if you die in that time, you lose everything, not only that you looted, but also that you went in with. And in the map, you don't only have you versus other players, almost like Battle Royale style, but not quite. You also have like bots. So there are AI bots called Arc bots, or Arc something or others. And so you've got like this jeopardy, even if you're not coming up against human players, you've got this jeopardy of, oh no, like I might lose everything. And then when you get back to base, you need the things that you loot to build your base up. You need to unlock different workbenches to allow you to build better guns, better gear, to allow you to get like shields and backpacks and all sorts of other things that you need. And so if you die, you don't get those things, and you have to kind of go in again and grind again and farm again and loot again, and then go back to base and then try and upgrade from there. And it's a really fun experience because you just have the opportunity of possibly losing everything, but still enjoying your time, because the looting of it, there was only one map open, and so I understand what we got to play in the demo this weekend was a fraction of the content that is available, but it was just engaging. It reminded me of like Fortnite days and like H1Z1 days, and you know, the early days of sort of like Warzone, where you just drop into the same map over and over and over and over, and playing the game was a big part of the experience. And then when it came to having like a mid game or an end game or a meta game, that's where learning your favorite weapons or crafting and grinding for the bits, like there was also objectives that you had to do or you could do. There's a skill tree to help you do things better, quicker, faster, last longer, more health, etc. And it was genuinely a really great experience playing the game. And I'm looking forward to it coming out on the 30th, because I will be playing it a whole bunch. But what I thought was, what can EA do to give us that feeling of it doesn't matter if we win or lose because there is a greater objective at play? And I feel like that has to be something around either SBCs, although, you know, EA are trying to monetize SBCs and not trying to monetize SBCs, but we know what they've done with SBCs. What a turn that was from that guy, by the way. We know what EA have done with SBCs to the point where they're not to be grinded or farmed or whatever. But I thought, what can EA do to kind of give that feeling of, oh, it doesn't matter that I just got smashed 8-0 in this game, because I'm still going to walk away with A, B, and C that I can take back into, you know, my base or my ultimate team menu and grind towards something. And like evolutions obviously are the closest thing that they've got with that, where you can go into a game, you can play a game with your Evo player in your team, and you can still work towards something there. They are so small as far as upgrades go, as far as boosts are. Like, there really isn't a lot going on with evolutions. If there was more evolutions, like significantly more, maybe then I would sit there and say, yeah, evos are the thing. But one thing that I think EA are missing a trick on, and I do appreciate fully that some of this is to do with licensing. I know many years ago, when EA used to, like, created Ultimate Team in like 09 and 10, they used to have cards that looked like this shape, right? The kind of like football sticker shape, that panini shape, that top shape. And so I understand is that they changed the shape of the card in Ultimate Team as to not effectively be sued for the shape of the card because of their likeness. I think that's hilarious that somebody like Topps or Panini or whatever could actually claim the shape of a card. I think that's crazy. But off the back of that, we also lost the collection. It wasn't called the collection book. I can't remember what it was called back then. But you had these like folders where you would complete them. You'd put like in, if you put in like the Arsenal badge, all of the Arsenal players, and Arsene Wenger, the Arsenal manager, you would get like 15,000 coins for it. And it gave value to just collecting a little card here or there. And so I did think to myself, what could EA do? And I think a sticker book or a collection book would be something really fun to give value to loads of low tier cards or to just playing the game. But also there needs to be more objectives on top of that to obtain packs, to get players to finish the crafting, and then have different versions of different things in the different game modes. So for example, you know, you get like, you could have like daily missions of like, I don't know, and we technically have some of these things to a degree, but daily missions of like win 2 games in squad battles, 2 games in rivals, 2 games in live events, and the unlock is an SBC token or a collection book token that you can kind of use to fill up any area, and then you can use the tokens to grind and craft. And like that, obviously I'm just kind of like saying this here as it's coming to my mind. There's probably some big issues with that. There's probably a lot of people going, oh no, because that means this and that and the other. I'm not trying to actually give like a definitive, oh, this is what it should be. I'm just trying to say I really enjoyed the Arc Raider setup, the extraction shooter setup. And although FC26 is not an extraction shooter, I still think that there could be some added value to this game in the menus that allow people to work towards something. You know, a lot of the other games that I like playing, like Diablo or The Division / The Division 2, they are all things that at the end game require an intense amount of farming and farming materials to get the next thing, to get better, to do it quicker or do it at a higher level. And I think this game is missing that. The only thing we really have for a, you know, this is a PvP game ultimately, and, you know, player versus player in the actual game. The only thing this game is missing in a large way is the PvE element, like the player versus environment, or in EA's case, in FC26's case, player versus the game, like the PvG. And I think squad battles alone is pretty poor. You know, it's been the same for many years. It's super generic. You know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to refresh those teams. You're going to get either 2 really easy teams and 2 really hard teams, or you're going to get 1 really easy team and then some mid teams and a hard team. And you're going to play them, and the way that you play against the AI is so robotic because the AI is so robotic. You know, it's not engaging whatsoever. It's not enjoyable whatsoever. It's formulaic. I don't know what the word is, but it gets to a point where it's just not engaging because you just do the same thing over and over. Like, you know, this week, I'm not sure I'm going to do squad battles for squad battles rewards this week because it is so boring. Because I know exactly how to beat the AI on legendary difficulty, and I can't experiment. I can't like deviate from that. I just have to keep doing the same thing because the AI doesn't deviate. And I thought to myself, anyway, EA are really missing a trick with AI. I remember FIFA Mobile many years ago, and they had a brilliant sort of like player versus game event. And you just had to keep like changing your team and working through certain things. And, you know, you'd have to have like an English team with like, you know, an 83 rated English team to play the next 2 games. And then once you beat that, you then needed like a French team, and then you needed a certain player type in, and you just needed all of these things to actually go and play the game. And it gave value to having the players. And I thought that this game would give value to having lots of players because of tournaments, because of gauntlets. But as this silver tournament exposes, this doesn't give players value. This doesn't give depth of your club value. It just encourages people to go and build the exact same bloody team all the bloody time. And we saw that with tournaments last week, where everybody just had Jose Perez up front. Everybody just had Teo Hernandez at left back. Everybody has Hansko or Hincapié at centre back. Nobody deviates. Even though there is something there, still nobody deviates. And the reason why is because you don't get anything. You don't get anything for being creative in your squad building. You don't get anything for being unique in your squad building. And more specifically, and this is where the big caveat is, you don't get anything for losing. And that's one of the biggest problems with this game, is that sometimes you don't even get anything for winning, right? And so, yeah, I was just thinking about that anyway. We are going to get onto some comments now. I could probably waffle on about this for ages and ages and ages. I'm not going to. But it was an eye-opening weekend for me because, like, with Arc Raiders, it was a demo. I wasn't even coming away with anything at the end of it. I knew I wasn't going to, you know, that everything's going to get reset afterwards. And like I say, they had so much of what is in the game wasn't in the demo, and so much of what was in the demo was locked because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't there to be experienced. The only reason why they put the demo out was to kind of like stress test the servers to make sure that when they launch in 10 days, they're going to be absolutely fine. And even though I knew when I started playing a day later or 2 days later, it was all going to be gone, I couldn't wait to get back on it and play it again. Yet this game, it leaves me with that anxiety of, oh God, right now as I'm recording this, I haven't played any Rivals games yet. And I'm sitting there thinking, I literally have 0 points in Rivals. I need to get 30 points. That's going to be 10 wins if I don't get on a streak or don't get any extra bonuses. That's probably going to be somewhere around 15 to 18 games, maybe even 20 games of Rivals. For what? For an 82 by 10 and 9,000 coins? Oh, man. Really? Is that what I want? And, like, that's my kind of, like, relationship with this game at the moment is, oh, God, I've got to go and do this. For what? Yet, with something like Arc Raiders, where even though I knew it was all going to be gone at the end, I was like, man, I can't wait to go and get into that map again. I can't wait to go and be that, like, kill one of the big Arc bots, like the AI bots, because some of them were really difficult. The experience of, do you know what? The experience of playing with somebody, it's another area that EA don't do very well, is like cooperative play. I know you can co-op in Rivals and you can co-op in some friendlies, but co-op play doesn't exist in this game. Like, social play doesn't exist in Ultimate Team. Yes, there is Rush, but my God, is Rush a terrible, terrible game mode. And yes, there is clubs outside of Ultimate Team, but for some reason, even though I think clubs has potential to be far greater than Ultimate Team, EA don't give it any attention whatsoever, probably because it doesn't make them any money. But yeah, I just, in spite of the game, the gameplay, the kickoffs, the corners, the counters, the crap that comes with everything in this game, I think EA are really, really, really missing a sort of grindy, crafty, looting style menu system. I think they would do well to introduce something like it. It doesn't have to be a one-for-one comparison, but something like it. Anyway, with that being said, I knew I was going to waffle for a long time there. That was 15 minutes of waffling. I have got some comments. And the first one is from Will Sanders. He says, Nep, I genuinely think the Silver Stars type modes are the way forwards for FC. The fact that you get great rewards for a squad that doesn't cost 2 million plus is a saving grace for the casual player. Plus, there is no excuse that a team is better than yours before the Silvers are inherently worse, so it all comes down to skill. Lower stats also means a lack of left stick dribbles and broken mechanics, meaning you are free to play the way you want. I could not agree more. I talk about this a little bit more in depth at the end when we go and get our rewards, but I thoroughly enjoyed this game mode because even though a lot of people did end up having similar sort of teams, they were capped. They were capped. Like if players had like Dorgu was somebody that kept coming up. I kept coming up against Dorgu loads because he's got like 92 pace or whatever. But some of his other stats are awful. So it's like, yeah, it might be fast, but he can't he can't pass and he can't shoot and like he can't defend for a right back or a left back or whatever. And so I really enjoyed that. And I agree with you. Like, I really enjoyed the fact that it came down to skill. And a somewhat spoiler here, I got all 15 wins needed. I did get the 15th win on the final game. But in every single game I lost this time around, I came away without, like, crying, effectively. I lost because I either just got beaten by a better player, which happened, I think, in 2 of the losses. I just came up against really elite level players and I lost against them. They were just better than me. The other 3 games I lost were games that were quite close, where I made really poor defensive choices and possibly really poor offensive choices. And I came away from those games not frustrated that my opponent got this luck or this kickoff goal or this corner or blah blah blah, or not frustrated that, oh my god, how can I compete, or, you know, he's got Claudia Pina with that low driven plus, oh my god, he's just abusing the meta, blah blah blah. But I came away frustrated with myself, saying, oh my god, why didn't I just take a little extra moment on that shot? Why didn't I just take a breather? Why didn't I, like, you know, instead of getting stressed and pulling my defenders out, why didn't I just, like, relax a little bit? And I came away from those games, and I, like, again, it's that sort of thing with Arc Raiders. When you die in Arc Raiders, you die because you got bested. Not because somebody's got some, like, ridiculous, overpowered weapon that you can't get access to unless you pay, you know, $50 for or whatever. You just got bested. They were better tactically, better. They had better positioning, you know, whatever the case may be. They were just better, and that is how this event left me feeling. I got 15 wins and 5 losses, and all of the games, especially the last 10, the opponents were really strong, but I felt good because I was going in with my team and knowing that I had a box of tools at my disposal that I could really use well. You know, this Andre Luiz up front, he's got good pace, good shooting, good physical, and enforcer. Eusebio has got 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, and was just generally brilliant. Bobby Charlton, hilarious actually. That would have been so brilliant if I actually scored with the power shot, because I did score a few, but Bobby Charlton has got the 5-star weak foot and power shot plus. And against silver goalkeepers, that was really impactful. It was really strong. It was really good. And it's a sort of thing where I'm like, we should have this feeling towards the back end of the game cycle when everyone has 99 rated players. But the problem then comes down to, and this is where we have what I think might be a really huge issue with the game in general. The problem is when we get to those 99 rated players is they have overpowered body type, overpowered in-game stats, overpowered play styles, overpowered custom animations, and then, you know, when somebody has 99 crossing, 99 curve, and whipped pass plus, and they are putting the ball into somebody who has 99 jumping, 99 aggression, aerial plus or whatever, and, you know, acrobatic, you are setting yourself up for failure as a game, because people don't actually need to think. They just like, oh, I've got the ball on the wing, cross, head, goal. And it's like, you know, you could take finesse shots from 40 yards or Travellas from 40 yards because they have Travella plus, and they have 99 long shots and 99 finishing. And so now all of a sudden, there's no skill. So, and that's why when we get to the end game, it doesn't feel like this feels, because this is being capped at a lower standard where not even all of the players have playstyles, not even all of the players have roles, almost none of the players have playstyle pluses. Any player that has like a significant stat in one area suffers in another area. You know, if you've got like a lot of pace on a player, you typically then won't have good shooting or good passing. Like, look at Grincha, he's actually got terrible shooting and passing and only average pace and dribbling. And so it's really hard, basically what I'm getting to here is it's really hard to abuse game mechanics with these silvers because they don't have the means to do it, which means people play football, and it's brilliant. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I agree with you, Will. I think this is the future of FC from a casual standpoint. I know that this was competitive and sweaty, and I know there's a few people out there that wasn't able to get too many wins in this because of that. But EA should have, this is what I was saying as well about, like, you know, the PvE stuff and whatever. EA should have like a champs, like this actually reminded me of champs, actually 20 games. And you know, you kind of rank one is 15 wins sort of thing. This reminded me of champs in that regard. But I think EA really should have more care towards silver and bronze tournaments, especially thanks to Evo's existing and us being able to create certain things. Because I just thought this was really fun. I thought it was really fun. Now I've waffled for ages and ages and ages. We've only got about 6 minutes left here, so I'm going to try and get through some comments. One of the comments from Umar Hussein was, I think the argument is more appropriate to say that the money wasted on provisions would have been for commons that could have been got for 300 to 350 coins on bid with ease. You're essentially paying 550 for each common. It's bad business, objectively speaking, no hate. And whilst you are correct, objectively speaking, it is bad business. If you put it like that, I do think that there is also something to be said for value of time and bidding on. Okay, if you're doing it for one player here or there, it's not, you know, it doesn't really make much of a difference. But if you're bidding on 45 commons at 300 to 350 coins, that is going to take significant amount of time that then eats into that coin value. You know, the old adage of time is more valuable than money. So I don't mind overpaying 150 coins, 200 coins for a player for the save of time. But that wasn't my point, and wasn't your point either. You said, I want United Commons, but I'll just go out and get them on bid for cheap or naturally let them come into my squad. The amount of low tier packs that can be earned from doing player SBCs or through other game rewards in general can garner the players you desire in time. I agree with the buyer players of the market, only for the value to plummet. I've never been one for that myself, but there are other store packs such as tradable 25k or 45k packs that not only give you a shot at these Arsenal Commons, but also allow you to make coins back through selling the players. Occasionally, you'd land a player that's worth a fair bit and make that money back easily. Yeah, I think a 25k pack is like 2k per card on average, right? You get 12 players in there, 3 rares, 9 commons. You're not, as you just said, you're getting 300 to 350 coins back on the market. Like, that's even worse value. But what I actually wanted to talk about here was more about the fact that we get a lot of packs for doing player SBCs or just like the lower tier packs from playing the game. I've played everything in this game. There is nothing I've missed. I've done every single tournament. I have won everything apart from that one tournament that was like, honestly, champs on steroids. I have won every event. I've completed everything to the max. I've done champs every week, rivals every week. I've done squad battles to Elite 1 every single week. And yet, with the whole cards coming in naturally, and I've opened now 4 weeks of provisions packs, right? And yet, with that being said, I still haven't packed from Arsenal Russo, Caldente or Mariona, Beth Mead, although we did see her in a pick, Leah Williamson, Chloe Kelly, Declan Rice, William Saliba, Kate McCabe, David Raya, Victor Gyökeres, Little Kim's base gold. I packed a promo card of hers. Frida Mornham, Emily Fox, Daphne Van Domselaar. Now we're down to the 83s and the lower tier cards now. Haven't packed Hincapié. Haven't packed Leah Volti. Haven't packed Martinelli. Haven't packed Madueke. Haven't packed Lotte Wubben-Moyes common card. Haven't packed Zinsberger. Haven't packed Kepa. Haven't packed Pelova. Haven't packed Cooney Cross. Haven't packed Bourbe, the 76 rated goalkeeper. Haven't packed Leia Codina, the common gold either. Now we're 4 weeks into this game, and I've done everything on this account and more. We've done every like I say, every SBC, every marquee matchups, all of the provision packs, and I am still whoppingly short on packing Arsenal players. And so the point of they'll just come naturally, I don't know when. And by the time they maybe do come naturally, they just have even less value in the club because I would have missed out on Evos, or I would have passed up on potential opportunities to use them. And so I am like, there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should just go and buy the players. But no, I really want the first owner, so I will persevere. But yeah, I don't actually think just playing the game gives us opportunity. And it's again one of those things that I think with EA that they could do a better job of with regards to like allowing people to let me craft Arsenal cards, right? Let me craft the players that I want. Let me find ways within the game to give up something to get something that I want. I'd be so happy with that. So happy. Moving on, though. Moving swiftly on. Jasma says, have EA forgotten about Showdown SBCs? I thought the Spanish League one we had at the start of the game cycle was 8. I agree with you. And didn't they make a point of saying that there'd be lots more Showdowns, but only on +1s? I thought they were good as well. CTLR says, the previous gen console game was so much nicer to watch. Actually looked like football. No fidget spinning around the box. No nonsense. I'm wondering if I should play my Rivals games on old gen this week and have like a good 10 or 15 game stint to not only get a feel for does it genuinely play better or was it a bit of a placebo, but also do people care? I remember when new gen first came in back in the day, and I still played on old gen for ages because I just really didn't like new gen when I can't remember what FIFA it was, but I just didn't play the new gen version because I just hated it. And over time, I actually lost viewers because of it, because people didn't want to watch old gen gameplay. They wanted to watch new gen gameplay, and that made sense. And so I changed for that. I didn't change for anything else. I stayed there for that. And it was a fascinating thing to kind of see people not want to watch a piece of content because it was old, even though it wasn't old and it was new, which is quite funny, quite hilarious. So yeah, let me know on that one. Aaron says, hi Nep, try to throw in a rainbow flick when you're against the last line of defence, and they have switched to a centre-back. It's a meta in this game, and I found it especially with taller strikers who can chest the ball straight after performing skill. You are so right. Rainbow flick is like broken this year, like attaches to the player. Something that I really should and really need to add into my game as well. And then last but not least, Travis says, the Enforcer is great. I don't know if you did Semenyo, but he's crazy strong and you'll probably like Morgan Rogers too. I completely forgot the Semenyo SBC. I've forgotten about 3 SBCs recently that I completely just didn't do that I wanted to do. And do you want to know why? And I actually think this is, for all the negatives we've spoken on EA and what they could do this year, the reason why I haven't done some SBCs recently is a positive, and it's because there's a lot to play for. 20 games of this silver tournament, 15 games of champs. I'm going to need 15 to 20 games of rivals to get my rivals rewards in, 18 games of squad battles to get the squad battles rewards in. There's a lot to play for, and so I kind of like, I'm not really going into the SBC menus very much at the moment because I'm actually just getting on playing, loads of gameplay to be played. Anyway, with that, guys, like I said, we've got our 15 wins. I made it hard in the end, you know, and I only needed 2 wins from 4 games, and then I think I needed 1. Yeah, then I lost, so I needed 2 wins from 3 games, and I won, so I needed 1 win from 2 games, and I lost, and I left it down to the final game, and that guy was good in the final game as well. But the team that I have built and the players I was using were brilliant. So let's go and get our rewards and take a look at the stats of the team that we played with. Right, guys, so we managed to do it on the final game. I tell you something, I don't know how some of you are saying there's no matchmaking. This was intense. My shoulders are actually sore from sitting here and grinding out 20 games all at once. My shoulders are sore. It got harder as I got closer and closer, but we managed to do it on the last game. Like, just in general, though, I will say, this was great fun. Like, genuinely great fun. Even though I came up against quite a lot of the same teams. I thought the team I would come up against the most would be with Yashin, Garincha, Charlton Moore, and Eusebio. How wrong I was. I almost saw none of them. You know, Garincha was really common. Moore was really... No, Charlton was really common. Because I think people can get those almost accidentally. But all of the other players, I almost never saw. I thought they would be everywhere because they are so good compared to the other cards you can get. But no, the team that I saw the most was just full of those extremely high-paced silver cards. And I'm like, God damn, man, people are just... you know... Anyway, I am delighted to bring to you guys our Season 1 weekly play completionist. And, we got a milestone. What's that for 100 wins, maybe? Yeah, first owned for 100k pack here. Ooh-wee. We've got some packs and 17 rewards here. The World Tour bonus comes in hot. Delightful. And the World Tour Silver Superstars League completed, guys. Really, really, really happy with all of this stuff. This is going to have to go. Oh, that was tradable. That's quite nice. Right, a 1 of 3 81 plus England players pick. Declan Rice would be very nice. We get Greenwood, we get Trent 86, and we get Gordon 83. We'll take Trent. These aren't tradable, are they? No. And then a 1 of 3 84 plus. Again, Declan Rice would be nice. Bellingham would be good as well. We get Greenwood. We get Beth Mead first owner. Let's go. And we get Bukayo Saka. Oh. Do I want to take a Beth Mead first owner? I really don't. I'll take another Bukayo Saka. I can now use 2 Bukayo Sakas in the gauntlet. Great news. But no, yeah, really, 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 really happy with the 15 and 5 because, like I say, guys, I thought that was quite intense. I don't know how people that were telling me, like my viewers were saying, like they get 4 or 5, 6 wins, 7 wins in champs, and they were going ahead and smashing 15 wins. I saw this guy quite a lot, Longelo. I don't need any of these players now, but I saw Eddie Nketiah quite a lot. I saw a guy called Cole quite a lot as well. What else have we got? Oh, is this just good packs? Premium Gold Players Pack. Come on. Ooh, walkout. Nice. CDM. Italy. It's Tonali. I just want the Arsenal players now. The Arsenal first times. Kepa specifically, I would love. Not on this occasion. Not on this occasion. This as well, guys, is a great set of rewards, isn't it? A great set of rewards for playing with silvers. And that's what I mean. Like, I enjoyed it. And do you know what I enjoyed the most? The games that I lost, I fairly lost them. Either because I was just outskilled, or in some cases because I just made errors. I just made mistakes with my passes or my shots, or I made mistakes defensively. And the reason why I really like that is because everyone was on an even playing field. Like, there was a max limit, right? A max limit of your squad. And it was silvers. Nobody had these overpowered, dumb players with ridiculous play styles or 4-star, 5-star and power shot plus. Like, the players that were kind of like there to be played with. Ooh, promo card. Let's go. Yeah, the players that were there to be played with. Ronaldo. Nice. Weren't broken. You know, even if players had loads of pace, sometimes pace isn't so great, right? If they don't have anything else about them. I really like this Grimaldo. I can't believe he's only 40k on the market. He looks fantastic, and certainly we'll be getting some game time with him. He might be the new left back, to be fair, because he does look brilliant. I think he's going to be very, very good. So that's a good start here, guys, from these packs. We're already getting a couple of walkouts. We've got a Bukayo Saka. We've got a Beth Mead. No, we passed on Beth Mead, didn't we? But yeah, we've got some some nice things. We've got a Tonali. And then we've got a promo card, Grimaldo, as well, which is very good. Also, all this fodder is going to be really handy because there's some SBCs that I want to complete that are running out in the coming days. So 2 100k packs, guys. No walkout here, but... Wait, what? Oh, Sorloth. I thought it was going to be. I wouldn't mind getting here Martinelli. Never mind. And I was also going to say... Madueke. Those are I still don't have either of those two players from the Arsenal setup. No walkouts from either of those. There's going to be a Romelu Lukaku coming. Oh, we get an inform. Oh, we get a Zubimendi as well. So we do get an Arsenal player. But again, no Martinelli, no Madueke. How can it be so hard? We've been playing this game for, what, 3.5, nearly 4 weeks, and I still haven't packed them. That's crazy. Kepa as well was crazy. We get Banda, Acerbi, and Milinkovic-Savic. We also get an 81x3. Hey, here we go. Another promo card. Wait, an icon. That's a different trim, isn't it? We've got a German striker from the Bundesliga, from Bever Bay. Oh, is this Bayer? Is that an icon as well? It looks like an icon trim, doesn't it? It's not a double walkout, though. I really thought that was going to be an icon. He's pretty decent, to be fair. He's only worth like 20k, but again, 90 pace, good shooting and decent dribbling, nothing crazy. It'll be a fun one to try out, that's for sure. You know, he'll go into one of the gauntlet squads, I'm sure. Leaves us with an 81x5. Walkout. Wait, that's an inform? Right wing. Scotland. Oh, it's Weir again. It's always her, isn't it? That's the third time we packed her. The third time. I don't mind it, though. I don't mind having an 86 rated inform again for the SBCs that are due to come. And then we've got an 87 plus Premier League BWSL pack. Obviously, it's going to be a walkout. CDM. Spain. Rodri. Very nice. Very nice. He might go into my team, you know. He's 30 odd K. I love the fact he's got Tiki Plus. He's got long ball. He's got banging stats. Apart from pace, obviously, but he's got banging stats. Very nice indeed. And then an England Cornerstones pack. We get... No, you're kidding me. Ah, what are the odds? Guys, what are the odds? We get a duplicate Alex Scott. I would have rather literally anybody else. It makes me think that I shouldn't have done that SBC now. Now, before we do get out of here today, guys, you know what time it is. That's right. It is provisions pack time. Common gold provisions, 75,000 coins. Here we go. If I could please just get Kepa among some of the others. I think Kepa's 70. Ooh, Lewis Skelly. I already have him as a common. But nice to get him anyway. Yeah, oh, that's really painful, guys. That's really painful. I wonder if I opened it like a second later or a second earlier, how much difference it would have been. But yeah, I think Kepa's like the main one that I'm looking for now. I just want to start the goalkeeper. We get Eric Garcia in there. Nothing there. No Arsenal players there. And then what we'll do tomorrow, guys, is we'll... Oh, wow, another duplicate Miles Lewis Kelly. We'll throw all of these into like double upgrades and into the 78 plus upgrades. And we'll see what we can get out of those as well. So... we're going to end here with no Kepa, unless he's on page 2. Come on, EA, hook me up finally. Nope, no Kepa this time around. Only 2 Miles Lewis Kellys. We'll try again next week with those Foundations packs. For today, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, subscribe. Oh, actually, I tell you what, I'm not going to go just yet. I want to show the match stats. Because these players were banging, by the way. So we've got Yashin on 25, Leandro Santos on 21, Moore on 20 with 1 goal, 3 assists, Doherty on 20 with an assist, Wilson Manafar with 0 goals, 0 assists in 20, Keita with 20, 0 and 8 assists. Now's where it's going to get fun and interesting. So Garincha, by the way, he's got 2 goals and 8 assists. I was going to say this, right? He is garbage. He is garbage. I mean, he doesn't have any good stats whatsoever. Yes, he's got Tech Plus. Yes, he's got Quick Step. Dead ball, so dead. Inventive, pointless. Whip pass, he can't cross. He was awful. And that's why he's only got 2 goals and 8 assists in 25 games. On the left-hand side for Smodix, he was also awful, to be fair. 0 goals and 2 assists in 23 games. And then for our Cam, Charlton, 12 goals and 18 assists in 25 games. I'm very more interested. I think Eusebio, he would only have 15 games, I think. Yeah, 18 goals and 6 assists. I think this man here is going to have an obscene amount of goals and assists. Let's find out. 28 goals and 15 assists in the 20 games. Guys, he was brilliant. He is coming away with, like, what is that? 43 goal contributions in 20 games. And most of it, dare I say all of it, came from this right here, Enforcer. He doesn't have passing play styles. He doesn't have shooting play styles. I don't have him in a position with a good role. He doesn't have great stats. He is just a bully. And so that, guys, will be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.